Listen to me. I don't care who told you it's too late. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 60, 75. I don't care if the lines are showing, the hair's going, or your back reminds you every morning that you're not 25 anymore. Let me tell you something. Aging is inevitable. But how you age is up to you. There are secrets, not in lotions, not in potions, but in discipline, in mindset, and how you live. Not just how long you live. You want to know the first secret to anti-aging? Energy is more valuable than age. You can be 25 and tired, drained, discouraged, or you can be 60 and alive, on fire, moving with purpose. What matters isn't how many years you've been alive, it's how much life you put into those years. So let's break it down. Let me show you how to defy time, how to push back on the clock, how to age with power. Secret one, purpose preserves youth. Let me ask you something. When you woke up today, what were you chasing? If the answer is nothing, that's the problem. Purpose is the fuel that keeps your mind sharp, your spirit strong, and your body moving. The moment you stop chasing something bigger than you is the moment you start dying slowly. You see people retire and wither because they stop having a reason to grow. But you don't stop. You don't retire from life. You reinvent, you pivot, you level up. Purpose gives your cells something to fight for. Purpose doesn't show up in a bottle. It shows up in how you attack the day. When you've got that reason, that mission, you wake up younger because you're excited, because you've got something to contribute. Secret to move like you mean it. I don't care what your job is. I don't care what your excuse is. Your body is your vehicle, and if you don't move it, you'll lose it. I'm not talking about doing a marathon tomorrow. I'm talking about getting your blood pumping, your lungs working, your heart thumping like it did when you were a kid. Walk, stretch, dance, sweat. You want anti-aging? It's not in a cream. It's in a sweat session. Your cells regenerate when you move. Your brain fires off when you move. Your emotions get unstuck when you move. Move like you love yourself. Move like your future depends on it, because it does. Secret three, what you feed grows, even wrinkles. What are you putting in your body? Don't tell me you want to stay young and you're eating dead food, junk food, processed food, sugar. That's cellular sabotage. You want to stay young? Eat foods that are alive. Greens, berries, omega-3s, water, like it's your job. Your skin is a billboard of what's going on inside. Fuel your machine with high-octane nutrition. This ain't about weight loss. This is about being vibrant. This is about your mind being clear and your energy never running out halfway through the day. You want the fountain of youth? It's in your fridge, not your pharmacy. Secret four, stress is silent aging. Some of you are carrying years of stress in your face, in your shoulders, in your gut. You're aging faster because you won't let go of what hurts you. Listen to me. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your energy. You've got to protect your peace like it's gold, because it is. Practice gratitude, meditate, breathe, learn to say no. Rest isn't laziness. It's warfare against stress. You're trying to be young, but you're replaying old pain. Let it go. The body heals when the heart is at peace. Some of you look older not because of time, but because of trauma. You're still dragging like a backpack full of bricks. Forgive, release, recharge. Secret five, mindset is medicine. If you believe aging is decline, you've already lost. But if you believe every year is another level, another layer of wisdom, another chance to dominate, now we're talking. Anti-aging starts in the mind. I know 20-year-olds who act like they've already given up. And I know 70-year-olds who are waking up every day attacking life like a lion. You don't grow old, you grow complacent. You grow stuck in beliefs that don't serve you. You want to stay young? Be a student forever. Learn, adapt, explore. Your mind is a muscle. Work it, challenge it, keep growing. The body will follow the mind. Always. Secret 6. Love hard, laugh loud, live full. You want to turn back time? Love people. Laugh with your belly. Live like you're on fire. Joy is anti-aging. You can have all the health hacks in the world, but if you walk around angry, bitter, alone, and cold, your cells know. Your heart knows. Hug more. Connect more. Play. Find awe in the little things. Because when you're alive inside, you glow. And that glow, my friend, is what no injection or cream can ever replicate. So what's the real secret? It's not a product. It's not a hack. The real secret is live like your life isn't over. Because it's not. You're not getting older. You're getting bold. Don't shrink as the years pass. Expand. Don't slow down. Rise up. Don't age quietly. Age powerfully. Let the world look at you and say there's something different about them. Yeah, there is. It's fire. It's focus. It's freedom. And that right there, that's the fountain of youth. Let's go. If you want to defy aging, you have to understand this one truth. Purpose fuels youth. Purpose isn't just a motivational phrase. It's biology. It's energy. It's your cellular engine. Go find yours. When you wake up every single day with a reason to move, to grow, to serve, to win, your body follows your mind. People think age is the number of candles on your birthday cake. No, age is the absence of pursuit. The moment you stop chasing something meaningful is the moment you start to fade. Purpose is what keeps your mind alert, your heart full, your body active. Without purpose, even youth is wasted. You ever seen someone at 25 with no direction? They're tired, they're lost, they're dragging themselves through life. And then you meet someone at 60, waking up at 5 a.m., running businesses, mentoring others, learning new skills, and they're glowing. They've got fire in their eyes. That's not random, that's purpose. The body responds to belief. Science has shown that having a sense of meaning in life reduces inflammation, improves immunity, and even adds years to your lifespan. That's not a gimmick, that's fact. You're wired to live longer when you're living for something bigger than you. Every time you work toward a goal, your brain releases dopamine. Your cells repair faster. Your system says, let's keep going. That's anti-aging from the inside out. Purpose doesn't have to be some grand mission. It can be raising your kids with excellence. It can be building your dream business. It can be creating, teaching, helping, learning, building something that outlives you, but it must be something that pulls you forward. Because the pull of purpose is stronger than the drag of time. When you're focused, you're sharper. When you have direction, you're decisive. And when you're living on a mission, there's no room to rot, only to rise. And here's the truth. Purpose isn't found, it's forged. It doesn't drop out of the sky. You create it by showing up, by trying, by failing forward. Some people sit around waiting for motivation like it's a bus that's late. Get up and build it. Push into your potential. Wake up and decide, today I'm going to move with meaning. That shift alone rewires your entire system. See, your mind needs a reason to stay alert. Your soul needs a reason to fight back when life gets hard. Without that, you age fast, not just in your face, but in your spirit. You've seen it, the slow walk, the empty stare, the lack of joy. That's not aging. That's a result of no longer dreaming, no longer hoping, no longer building. But when you've got purpose, even pain becomes fuel. You don't quit because quitting would mean giving up on something that matters too much. You think youth is about flexibility? or skin tightness or how fast you run a mile. No, youth is fire. Youth is hunger. Youth is waking up and refusing to waste time. And guess what? You can choose that hunger at any age. Purpose gives you permission to say, I'm not done yet. It tells your body to hold on. It tells your mind to stay strong. It tells time, you don't control me. The people who live longest with the most energy aren't always the ones with the best genes. They're the ones who live with conviction. They're not surviving, they're creating. They've got something to prove, not to the world, but to themselves. They show up, not because they have to, but because they get to. Because every day they have left is a day to push the needle forward. You want to age well? Don't start with diet. Don't start with skincare. Start with purpose. Because once you lock in on why you're here, every cell in your body gets the memo. We're not finished. Purpose is the ultimate anti-aging force. Movement is medicine. It's not about six packs or Instagram selfies. It's about telling your body every single day, I'm still in the fight. When you stop moving, your body starts shutting down. The muscles weaken, the joints stiffen, the blood slows, the brain fog creeps in. And it doesn't matter how old you are, if you don't use it, you lose it. Movement isn't just physical, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's your reminder to life that you're still participating, not just observing. People underestimate how powerful basic, consistent movement is. You don't need to run marathons. You don't need a gym membership. You just need to commit to showing up for yourself. You need to stretch. You need to walk. You need to get the blood flowing. Because when your body moves, your mind sharpens, your energy shifts, your posture lifts, and your confidence climbs. Look at children. They're constantly in motion. They jump, they run, they twist, they play. That's not just youth. That's vitality. And when you move, no matter your age, you're tapping back into that vitality. Movement signals life. And more than anything else, life wants to move. You want anti-aging? Move daily. Movement is how you keep your systems online. It strengthens your immune response. It balances your hormones. It detoxes your body through sweat. It improves your sleep. It releases endorphins, your natural antidepressants. And when those endorphins hit, your skin glows, your mood lifts, your brain unlocks. You can have the best supplements in the world, but if you're living in a chair, if you're slouched on the couch, you're signing up for decay. Stagnation is sickness. The body was built to be in motion. You were designed to stand, to lift, to carry, to climb. And every day that you don't do that, your system slows a little more. You want your heart to keep beating strong? Make it work. You want your joints to stay mobile? Use them. Your body has memory. It remembers strength. It remembers flexibility. But only if you keep reminding it. People say they tired so they don't move. But what they don't realize is they tired because they don't move. But what they don't realize is they tired because they don't move. But what they don't realize is they tired because they don't move. But what they don't realize is they tired because the body was never meant to be still for hours and hours. That's when pain sets in. That's when you feel heavy, foggy, and old. But get up, even for 10 minutes, and you'll feel the shift. Your lungs expand. Your blood warms. Your steps become lighter. That's not imagination. That's physiology. It's not about being an athlete. It's about being alive. It's about saying, I refuse to become a statue. Movement reminds your body that it still matters, that you're not done, that you're still choosing effort over erosion. And effort compounds. 5 minutes becomes 10. 10 becomes 30. One day your routine becomes your reset. Your walk becomes your worship. Your stretch becomes your sanctuary. Your sweat becomes your strength. Movement also fights the mental aging that nobody talks about. When you move, your brain lights up. Your creativity spikes. Your mood stabilizes. Depression lifts. Anxiety loosens. It's chemical. It's real. It's repeatable. But you have to move with intention. You can't just go through the motions. You've got to move like you mean it. You've got to show up with the mindset that every step is adding time to your life and life to your time. And the truth is, movement creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. Motivation creates consistency, and consistency is where transformation lives. You start to see your body respond. Your mind starts to crave it. You don't move because you hate your body. You move because you honor it. You're telling your future self, I'm taking care of you now. No one can move for you. It's your responsibility. It's your freedom. It's your fight. Every step, every rep, every stretch, those are investments into longevity. Movement is your daily declaration that you're not giving in to the slow fade. You're staying sharp. You're staying ready. You're staying powerful. Discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. One day you wake up feeling fired up, ready to take on the world. The next day that fire is gone and all you've got left is the temptation to skip, delay, or give up. That's why people stay stuck, because they're addicted to feeling good before they move. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline moves without emotion. It acts without permission. It shows up regardless. Most people wait for a spark before they start. They want energy, inspiration, or the perfect conditions. But the ones who rise, the ones who win, they don't wait. They show up on the days they're tired, on the days they're broken, on the days when no one's clapping. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the difference between intention and execution. Everyone has ideas. Everyone wants something, but only the disciplined are willing to pay the price daily. Discipline is boring. It's repetitive. It's uncomfortable. And that's exactly why it works. It strips away the noise. It kills the drama. It makes your life simple. Do the work no matter what. While others are stuck negotiating with themselves, should I go to the gym? Should I stick to the plan? Should I push one more rep? The discipline already started. They don't ask, they act. Motivation might help you start, but discipline finishes the job. And it finishes it when you're exhausted, when it's raining, when it's inconvenient, when the crowd is gone and the results haven't shown up yet. That's when discipline really shines, when no one else would blame you for quitting and you grind anyway. That's how champions are made. The reason people fail is not because they're incapable, it's because they stop when the excitement wears off. They work when it's fun, then disappear when it gets real. Discipline is about doing it when it's not fun. When your body says no and your mind says no, but your standard says go. That standard, that's discipline. It's a contract you write with yourself that doesn't expire when your feelings change. Discipline builds trust, not with other people, but with yourself. Every time you follow through, every time you keep the promise, your confidence grows. Not the fake kind that talks loud, but the real kind that walks silent and delivers. You start to believe in your ability to execute. You stop hoping and start expecting. You stop wishing and start planning. You move like someone who's earned the right to win. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how much potential you have. If you can't be consistent, you will lose. There's someone out there with half your talent, half your skill, half your resources, but they're beating you every day because they're more disciplined. They don't need a perfect mood to put in work. They don't need to feel like it. They just do it. Discipline is a muscle. You don't get it by talking about it. You build it by doing hard things over and over until they become your default. You condition your mind to push through, to get up without thinking, to execute without emotion. And eventually, what used to be impossible becomes normal. What used to be a grind becomes routine. And what used to feel like suffering becomes fuel. The world rewards consistency, not intensity. A single burst of effort might impress people, but it's the daily grind that actually moves the needle. That's discipline. That's the edge most people lack. Not because they can't develop it, but because they'd rather feel good than be great. They'd rather be entertained than transformed. They'd rather be comfortable than committed. He owed, you must die for the new you to live. That's the truth nobody wants to face. Everybody wants growth, but nobody wants to let go of the version of themselves that's holding them back. You say you want the next level, but you're still living with the habits, the mindset, the fears, and the patterns of the old level. That version of you, lazy, doubtful, fragile, full of excuses, can't come with you. It has to die. That version is not bad. It's just done. Its job is finished. It brought you this far, but now it's standing in your way. Transformation doesn't come from adding more. It comes from subtracting what no longer serves you. You got to be willing to bury the person you were, not hide them, not carry them, bury them. Because every time you try to grow while dragging the old you behind, you slow yourself down. You create conflict. You split your energy. The new you wants to rise, but the old you keeps reminding you of your limits. And you can't live in two identities at once. You've got to choose. That means letting go of comfort, letting go of the need to be liked, letting go of the story you keep telling yourself that justifies your failure. That story where you're the victim, where you were dealt a bad hand, where if only things were different. That story is poison and is written by the old you. The new you writes a different narrative, one of power, of ownership, of radical action. But the pen won't move until you silence the old voice. Most people never change because they want transformation without sacrifice. They want to keep their old friends, their old habits, their old distractions, and still expect a new life. It doesn't work like that. You've got to break up with the weaker version of yourself. You've got to look it in the eye and say, you're not welcome anymore. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you choose effort over excuses, that old version gets weaker and the new you gets stronger. It's not a one-time decision. It's daily death. Death to laziness. Death to procrastination. Death to blame others. Death to self-doubt. Death to the thought that you're not good enough. This process is not pretty. It's not easy. It's painful, but it's necessary because you can't be reborn without a funeral. You can't rise without first falling face down in the truth of who you become. You want to reinvent yourself? Start by killing the habits that kept you average. Kill the comfort zone you built around fear. Kill the lies you used to protect your pride. Kill the pride itself. That pride that keeps you from admitting you need help. That ego that won't let you start over. That image you protect so people think you've got it all together. Kill that too. Because the real you, the powerful, focused, relentless version of you is buried underneath everything you've been protecting. You don't need more motivation. You need a funeral, a burning, a complete and total rejection of who you used to be. You need to look at your past and say, thank you, but I'm done. No more living off old wins. No more dragging old pain. No more keeping old wounds open for attention. That old you was built for survival, but now it's time to thrive. And survival mode won't carry you into purpose. Only rebirth will. This is the cost of greatness. It's not just work, it's identity. It's not just sacrifice, it's self-destruction and reconstruction. It's stepping away from what's familiar and stepping into what's required. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will support it. But this is not about them. This is about you becoming who you were designed to be, not who the world told you to be. And that process begins the moment you stop trying to upgrade the old you and instead let it die. You are both the problem and the solution. That's the truth most people run from because it forces them to face the mirror. It means you can't blame your past, your parents, your environment, your boss, your partner, or your bad luck. It means the real battle isn't out there, it's inside. Every excuse you've ever made, every shortcut you've taken, every goal you've abandoned, they all point back to one person. And until you accept that, you are the reason you're stuck. You are the reason you keep repeating the same patterns. You are the reason your life looks the same year after year. But the good news is, you're also the reason it can change. You have the power to choose different. You have the ability to rewrite your story, but only if you stop playing the victim and start taking responsibility. Nothing shifts until you do. People spend their whole lives waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and rescue them. But nobody's coming. That's not bad news, it's freedom. Because if no one's coming, then it's on you. And if it's on you, you're in control. The second you realize that, you take your life out of the hands of circumstance and put it back where it belongs. In yours. You've got to stop lying to yourself. You say you want it, but your actions say otherwise. You say you're trying, but you keep choosing comfort over commitment. You say you're grinding, but you're moving without intention, without urgency, without fire. That's the problem. But you can also become the solution. The moment you decide that your excuses are no longer welcome, that your fears are no longer your ceiling, everything begins to shift. You don't fix your life by changing the world around you. You fix it by changing the world within you. The way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the way you react when things don't go your way. Every choice you make is either reinforcing the problem or building the solution. And the difference isn't found in talent or resources, it's found in ownership. The people who transform don't do it because life gave them better odds. They do it because they stopped negotiating with their own limitations. They stopped asking for permission to rise. They looked at every excuse and said, that's not who I am anymore. They looked at every obstacle and said, I'll figure it out. They became the kind of person who doesn't fold when it gets hard. And that's a decision, not a gift, not luck. A decision you make over and over until it becomes who you are. You have to confront the parts of you that sabotage your progress, the laziness, the ego, the self-doubt, the fear of judgment, the need for validation. You have to get brutally honest about how you've been standing in your own way. And that kind of honesty is not comfortable. It's not easy, but it's the beginning of freedom. Because when you finally face the truth, you take your power back. Nobody else can live your life for you. Nobody else can do the work for you. You are the author. You are the